You were talking about the package deal and how this has basically become the only vehicle for engaging a composer on an audiovisual work. Now, I'm going to date myself, but I think I can remember when the very first one of those went down. And it had to do with Mr. Zimmer. And this is 88 or something like that, and he's relatively new in town, and everything is being done on his Fairlight.
Mm-hmm.
And he has what he calls an electronic production deal, because he'd done 2 Academy Award nominated scores, Rain Man and Driving Miss Daisy, entirely with electronics. Never used a live orchestra. So I think, it's interesting how business follows technology and technology follows business. The idea of the package deal for film composers is inseparable from the development of the technology that it made it possible, right?
And in extent, you can say that creativity follows technology in that sense.
In because the best case, yes.
Yes. Creativity, good or bad. I mean, it is affecting it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if composer deals used to be what they called cost plus, which is the idea that the composer's agent would negotiate a creative fee for the composition of the score itself. The production company would then expect to pick up the costs of producing the score, which generally involved hiring live musicians, right? But this new way of doing business, which was effectively pioneered by people like Hans, made it possible for producers to negotiate these all-in deals, because they were under the impression that they could get the same thing they used to get in the box, basically, from this all-in package. Now, where I think composers have been disadvantaged by this is that the producer, maybe not understanding everything that's involved in producing music, normally they don't, thinks they're going to get the sound of a live orchestra.
Yeah, the same sound.
For that $10,000, 10,000 euro package. All of a sudden the composer finds himself in a really difficult position because they want to deliver something great. So they'll get hired again by the same producer. But 10,000 euros or even less on many of these packages is not going to buy you an orchestra.
Well, that's the case with many, many deals I'm doing too. In that range between, you can say 8, 12 to 20,000, where, and we have to put in the discussion now the curse of the temp tracks, because they are putting so much temp music on their cut and they expect the $500,000 music production value with 10,000 euros, really, and they are so attached to it. So, creatively speaking, they are forcing the composers to imitate something of another composer because they are so attached to it. When it comes now to those kind of low budget deals, first of all, you are learning the number very quickly. As I said, you're asking, what do you want me to do and when to deliver? What is the fee and what are the terms of ownership? And then you have quickly as a composer to evaluate the situation. Is it a fair deal? Can I do it? And of course, as I'm also saying to the composers, you have to either, you like the person, or you like the company that person works for, or you like the project. If you like all 3, just go for it, do your best. If you like 2 of the 3, still go for it. If you like only 1, start having second thoughts. But at that moment when you receive that information, like it's only 10,000 you're having, and we want top quality of half an hour of music, whatever. That's when you have to say, hang on a minute, I can work with that, but you're not going to get more than that amount of music. Or if you really want, because the story demands half an hour, you cannot have a full orchestra. I mean, I'll do something hybrid, or I'll do something very minimal.
Right.
So you start telling them, I have to strip certain elements off in order to meet your budget, to meet your requirements.
Which means that you, as the composer's representative, are being drawn much more deeply into the weeds, into the creative weeds
Mm-hmm.
than agents or composer reps ever were before. An
Oh, yeah.
agent would never ask what's in the temp score, right? But you almost need to ask, how are you temping this film, to determine what their
Actually,
expectations
I'm
are.
trying to tell them, please don't tap the film. Can I talk with the director before you do that?
That even deeper into the weeds, if the agent or rep is talking
Yeah,
to the
because
director.
if I invest that amount of time before, then later when the real time for real negotiations come, we sort of have sorted this headache out. We know that if they want to work with us and that composer, only for that amount that they are providing, yeah, the composer will commit and they will do their best, but 20 perfect minutes and not more of that style of music and not another style. So we are putting them in a position like, we want to make you happy, but please, come on, let's lower your expectations and be more realistic in what the film needs or the TV series needs in creative terms, in order not to ask something unrealistic from a composer just
Right.
because you want it. We want to make you happy, but you have to meet us in the middle.